I don't know if I've said this before, but I'm a parent. Now, I'm sure a lot of you out there are as well. But here's something I've been thinking about. Do you ever notice how everyone thinks they know the right way to parent? There's the gentle parents, the strict ones, the ones who swear by schedules and structure, and the ones who just wing it and pray it all works out. But sometimes I wonder, who made these rules? Who decided what's acceptable and what's not? Every culture has its own way. In some places, it's about respect and not talking back, no questioning elders. In others, it's about self expression and independence. I don't think either is wrong. They're just different ways of raising strong people. But somewhere along the line, this idea appeared that there's one right way to parent, a universal standard. And if you're not doing it that way, you're failing. And honestly, that's nonsense. A lot of these standards come from Western psychology and now from social media. People writing books, posting videos, telling parents how to raise children that they've never even met. But if you go around the world, talk to parents in African countries, in Asia, and Latin America, and you'll see something different. Parenting there is about community, about discipline, about love shown through sacrifice. Children are expected to contribute, to learn respect through responsibility. Meanwhile, in other places, parenting focuses more on emotions, on validation, and open communication. And you know what? Both can work. The problem isn't the method, the problem is the ego. When one culture says, our way is the only way. Every family has its own rhythm, its own heartbeat, its own story. So, why are we pretending that there's a one size fits all rule book on raising human beings? Now, I want to take a step back and talk about something that is usually avoided. There's a huge difference between discipline and abuse. And that line isn't the same for everyone. To me, discipline is love with structure. It says, I care enough to guide you. Abuse, that is control without compassion. It's punishment used to hurt, not to teach. I grew up seeing a lot of tough love. Some of it helped me, it built resilience. But some of it also broke parts of me that I had to rebuild later. The goal isn't to raise fearful children who flinch when they hear your voice. It should be to raise strong, confident children who understand that boundaries are there to protect them, not punish them. Discipline isn't the enemy, harshness is. If your child doesn't understand why they're being corrected, you're not teaching, you're just venting. Let's talk about gentle parenting. It's everywhere. TikTok, Instagram, calm voices, no yelling, lots of, sweetie, I understand your feelings. And listen, I get it. It's a beautiful theory. But what I've come to understand is that gentle parenting is not the same as permissive parenting. Being gentle doesn't mean saying yes to everything. It means holding your ground with empathy. Some people take it too far when they never correct anything and they never set limits and they just reason with their kids endlessly like little philosophers. But children need structure. They crave it. It's what makes them feel safe. Gentle parenting done right says, I see you, I hear you, but you still have to do what's right. And that's balance. Because the world isn't always gentle. If your child never hears no, they won't know how to handle it when life says it to them. I've come to understand that gentle doesn't mean weak. It means guidance with patience instead of pride. Now, let's bring this home spiritually. Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 1 says, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under heaven. Parenting has seasons too, a time to correct, a time to comfort, a time to teach, and a time to listen, albeit shorter seasons than what most people might think of when they read that verse. And then there's Proverbs chapter 13, verse 24, that says, he who spares the rod hates his son or spoils the child, but he who loves him disciplines him diligently. Now, people love to throw that verse around to justify being harsh or abusive. But that's not what it means. The rod, in this case, isn't a weapon, it's a shepherd's staff. It's used to guide and protect, not to harm. And I think this is how the Most High parents us, with truth and mercy. And that's the same balance that we should bring into our homes. At the end of the day, parenting isn't about labels. It's about love that teaches. It's about being present. It's about guiding and setting boundaries. And also showing up, even when you're tired. And even when you don't have all the answers. We don't need to be perfect parents. We need to be intentional ones. And maybe the real question isn't which parenting style is right. Maybe it's taking a step back and asking yourself, what kind of parent am I becoming? Because your children won't remember what method you used, but they will remember how you made them feel. They'll remember that you loved them, even when it was hard. I'm Oso, and this is Opinions of a Social Outcast. And if you're raising children like myself, just know that you're not alone.